Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están? Mi nombre es DycegarthGaming y es momento de continuar con los gameplays de la A a la Z. Hoy toca la letra B, así que estamos en Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, que es sin lugar a dudas un sucesor espiritual de la saga Castlevania, y es probablemente el juego que más se asemeja a la experiencia de un Castlevania, a pesar de los 84.763 Metroidvanias que existen en el mercado. Y no puede ser de otra forma porque tiene como productor y escritor al propio Koji Igarashi, que estuvo involucrado en Castlevania desde Symphony of the Night hasta Harmony of Despair, ocupando diferentes roles, y cuentan incluso con la música de Michiru Yamane, así que no podría pedirse más. Pero bueno, vamos a comenzar y me callo un momento para que escuchen la historia.
The Industrial Revolution ushered in a new era that threatened to transform the values of men. No longer would spirituality be their compass, but not all welcomed the change. In 1783, just as the fires of the Laki eruption had plunged all of Europe into an ashen darkness, a horde of demons spilled from the shadows and fell upon city after English city. It was a message. The Alchemy Guild, fearing the rise of industrialism and abandonment by their wealthy patrons, had done the unthinkable to defend their existence. Through recondite arts, the alchemists had created shard binders, humans transplanted with crystal that attuned them to demonic power. They sacrificed the shard binders, and in doing so threw the gates of the world open to demonkind. Countless innocents died, and though the church succeeded in vanquishing the Hell's End, a steep price had already been paid and collected. As for the shard binders, they were presumed to have all died in the sacrificial rite. However, two survived. Jeeble, a boy for whom by some miracle the rite did not prove fatal. And Miriam, a girl who was spared the rite altogether on account of the strange slumber that took her just before it could begin. 10 years have passed. Mankind too soon forgets tragedy. The demons have returned, presaged by a great castle. And on this very hour, Miriam awakens. Upon learning Jeeble is the architect of this new, bloodstained ritual, Miriam and the alchemist Johannes set forth for the accursed castle. Their galleon cuts through the water, lancing towards the inevitable.
Ahí tenemos a la waifu Miriam.
Johannes, are you certain it was...
It was Jeeble's doing, Miriam. No mistake.
It's so hard to believe. I wouldn't even be alive if not for him. He's a good soul.
I know how you feel. But the facts are apparent. And the hell he endured 10 years ago would break the best of souls. Miriam, I want you to know that I'm sorry. What my brothers subjected you to, there's no forgiving it.
It was their transgression, not yours. You always took care of us.
Obviously, not enough.
Well, let it go, Johannes. We need to focus on the task ahead. If Jeeble is responsible for the summoning, then I have to stop him. I gave him my word.
I ought to do it. He was my best friend.
But I'm the only one who can. The shard experiments prepared me for combat. Let them amount to something. 10 10 whole years. What put me in that sleep?
I wish I had the answer. All I know is the spell that stopped time for you was advanced, arcane. But by observing the ebb of the magic's hold on you, I was able to predict exactly when you would wake up.
Oh, I see.
We'll make landfall soon. You should get ready. I had the chest there packed with essential equipment. Now would be a good time to put it on.
Cuchillo y calzado de Kung Fu. Vamos a ponernos el calzado de Kung Fu por ahora.
Good. You're prepared. The next order of business is to...
I'll take care of it.
Toma, toma, toma.
Was that a shard?
I'd forgotten the way it felt. Like uninvited claws scraping across my bones.
The demon's power was transmuted into that shard, which forcibly bonded to the crystal embedded in your body. The strength you gain from it is undeniable, but eventually, the crystal will devour you.
I thought the procedure you discovered halted the corruption.
It did, but that doesn't guarantee you'll be safe if you start absorbing shards in massive quantities.
I know my body's limits better than anyone. And I'm going to need all the power I can get. If I run into trouble, you can help me. You've done it before. You'll do it again.
Thanks for giving me a choice in the matter. Well, I won't let you down. Not if I can help it. Just promise you won't push yourself.
How did they get inside?
The demons from the castle must have infested the ship.
Then they can help me wake up these muscles of mine. I'll wipe the deck with them.
Ok, ya estuvo bueno de plática, vamos a la acción, ¿no? Galeón Minerva. A lo largo de la partida me voy a ir equipando la mayoría de las cosas que me encuentre. Primero para variar y segundo porque pues obviamente me voy a ir encontrando cosas mejores. No solo armas y demás, sino también los fragmentos. Los voy a ir rotando de vez en cuando. Así que no les extrañe si me ven mucho en los menús. Voy a procurar que sea de entrada por salida, o sea, no me voy a quedar media hora en los menús porque pues qué aburrido, ¿no? Esto me recuerda al primer God of War, en la batalla contra la Hidra. Digo, el juego nada que ver, pero el escenario sí es muy similar. Ah, tan menso. Ahora sí, es que por acá hay un cofrecín. Nunca he acabado este juego, Nunca lo he acabado, pero sí lo he jugado antes, obviamente. Así que si se llega a volver serie, va a ser la primera vez que vea el final. Nos equipamos esto. Yo recuerdo que la primera vez que le puse las manos encima a este juego fue con un demo. Y no sé si era una versión muy preliminar o qué, pero no se veía así. Y sí, tampoco es que sea un portento gráfico el juego, pero la primera versión que jugué se veía feita. Se veía feita, la verdad. Si no me equivoco, los de Way Forward colaboraron y como que le dieron una manita de gato. No sé si en el aspecto gráfico o más bien en jugabilidad, pero el caso es que el producto final mejoró bastante de la primera impresión que tuve de él. Miren, ese es el primer fragmento que me dieron, el del calamardo ese, pero nos vamos a equipar el que nos acaban de dar, que es mucho más útil. Aunque gasta más puntos mágicos. Ya después también vamos a poder mejorarlos. Mediante mis estudios he descubierto la existencia de los siguientes atributos: atributo de corte, atributo de impulso, atributo de golpe, atributo de fuego, atributo de hielo, atributo de trueno, atributo de luz, atributo de oscuridad, veneno, maldición y piedra. Esto también me van a ver hacerlo mucho. En cada punto de guardado que me encuentre voy a salvar el progreso. ¿A alguno de ustedes les gustan los Castlevania? Porque a mí me encantan. Fue con Symphony of the Night que finalmente se acuñó el término Metroidvania, pero si les soy sincero, nunca he sido muy fan de Metroid. Si acaso el Super Metroid. Y sé que son buenos juegos, pero ya poniéndolos en una balanza, definitivamente prefiero Castlevania. Es difícil nombrar mis favoritos porque hay muchos que me gustan, pero digamos que en un top 5, sin un orden en específico, está Symphony of the Night, Super Castlevania 4, Drácula X, que es la versión que sí llegó a América y Europa de Round of Blood, aunque en Europa se conoce como Vampire's Kiss, creo. También estaría Area of Sorrow y Order of Ecclesia. Eso yo creo que serían como los 5 mejores para mí, obviamente. Tenemos distintos tipos de fragmentos también. Ese que acabo de usar pertenece a la categoría de los direccionales, por eso Miriam lo usa con la mano y puedo apuntar a donde quiero lanzarlo. Creo que me dieron algo. Ahora esto. Y esto sí se ve cuando me lo equipo. Esto y las bufandas. Bueno, y obviamente las armas. ¿Qué les estaba diciendo antes? Ah, sí, de mis Castlevania favoritos. Como que cuando los trasladaron al 3D no les fue tan bien. Desde el Castlevania 64, que tiene sus fans, pero a mí no me atrapó. Luego el Curse of Darkness, que salió para la generación de Play 2. Ese sí me gustó. El Lords of Shadow... El primero, aunque sea un clon descaradísimo de God of War, pero no está mal. El mapa, que nos viene de lujo para saber qué salas ya visitamos y cuántas nos faltan. aunque de cualquier forma no vamos a poder acceder a todas ahora mismo, como es costumbre en estos juegos. Patada voladora impactante. Esto me gusta de este juego también. No solo son ataques básicos de las armas, sino que están estas combinaciones para ejecutar ataques especiales, por así decirlo. Y eso le da mucha variedad porque hay muchos tipos de armas y todas tienen un ataque especial diferente. El jefe de aquí sí lo vamos a matar sin duda, pero no sé cuánto vamos a poder avanzar. Ya, muérete. Me falta ese cofre, pero miren, esa es una de las zonas a las que no podemos acceder todavía. El único problema con estos juegos es que se corre el riesgo de que se vuelva tedioso verme recorrer los mismos sitios, ¿no? Espero que no sea así, ¿verdad? Pero pues el backtracking es un sello del género, es inevitable por más que quiera irme lo más directo posible. En este juego, además de armas melee, tenemos armas a distancia, o armas de fuego para ser más precisos. Vamos a usarla un ratito esta. Las balas infinitas hacen muy poco daño, pero bueno, es solo para variar un poco. El látigo también me gusta, pero ese lo usamos después. Esa puerta ya es del jefe. Antes vamos a guardar partida. Está fácil ese jefe, pero más vale prevenir. Ese es Gibble, el otro sobreviviente de los experimentos que mencionaron al principio de la historia.
Sleeping Beauty. You've decided to awaken.
Jibble, tell me you didn't do this. It doesn't make any sense.
How does it not? After all the sins humans wrought upon us?
Johannes told me what they did to you. And you're right, it's horrible. But what you're doing now is just as bad.
No! No, there you are very wrong. What the alchemists did was reshuffle our bodies. What I intend to do is reshuffle the world. Join me, Miriam. You're the only one who understands the pain I feel. What it's like to no longer be human.
What? I never thought I'd hear those words from you. I was the one that came to you broken, convinced I was a monster, and you told me...
This is nonsense.
You told me our power doesn't make us good or bad. Our choices do. I'd given up on my humanity, but you restored my hope. Don't you remember?
Master Jibble, we must return.
Miriam, I tire of reminiscing with you. You're here to kill me, aren't you? Then first prove you can find me. Along the way, you'll have no choice but to absorb shards and avail yourself of the powers of hell. If you can still claim to be human at the end of it all, then perhaps I might be more inclined to listen. Come, Gregory. We're leaving.
Jibble, wait!
A darle. Aunque con el arma que traigo me voy a tardar más. No sé gastar poción. Y de una vez me voy a cambiar las balas. ¿Qué diferencia? Aunque si no fallo estaría mejor. Primer jefe eliminado. Y también otros fragmentos.
was the Jeeble I know. I will put a stop to all this.
Bloodstained.
We're here.
Was this a village? What happened to it? The demons Jeeble summoned?
They've moved faster than we hoped. Miriam, we have to hurry. This was where we were supposed to meet our contact.
All right. But wait. Let me clear the area. There are still demons about.
Arbanville. Me voy a poner el látigo un rato. Y el fragmento del jefe. Es ese, pero gasta más de media barra de poder mágico. Es más para usarse contra enemigos fuertes o contra otros jefes.
Thank you, Miriam. You know who I am. And that means...
I'm sorry we couldn't get here sooner, Dominique.
So this is our contact.
Yes, the church sent me.
An exorcist. Then we're lucky to have you, Dominique.
And the church you, Miriam. Thank you for guiding her here, Johannes.
You wouldn't have asked if it wasn't important. But you should tell us why you need her. Miriam isn't one to shy away from danger, but she deserves to be armed with all the facts.
Yes, very well. I told you when I contacted you that the Shardbinder Jeeble is responsible for summoning the castle.
Yes, there's no mistake about that. He admitted as much.
What? You spoke to him?
Then let me get right to the point. I find it curious that the outpouring of demons, facilitated by one Shardbinder, just happens to coincide with the sudden awakening of the other Shardbinder, after exactly 10 years.
You're right, it is strange. But the church doesn't get to drag Miriam into this just because the timing is odd.
Oh, do you decide for her then? I asked you to bring her here so she could see the horrors that have befallen the village and make an informed choice. I have no intention of forcing you, Miriam.
You don't have to. I gave Jeeble my word that I would stop him. What happened here only strengthens my resolve.
Thank you, Miriam. I am sorry to put it on your shoulders.
Pardon me?
Oh, hello there. Are you all right? We didn't mean to ignore you.
I'm all right, thank you.
You are quite welcome. Do you have a name?
Anne.
What a lovely name! Anne, you shouldn't be out here. Let me take you somewhere safe.
Oh, all right.
Come on, this way. I did some looking around before, and this place seems secure.
Yes, agreed.
Johannes, you, Anne, and I will remain here. We can assist Miriam from safe ground.
What? We can't ask her to brave the castle alone?
Don't be foolish. She is trained in combat. Are you? We would only get in the way.
But that's not the point.
I'll be fine, Johannes. Please don't worry.
All right, but we'll be here if you need us.
Let's not waste any time. We have a lot to do.
Come back if you need anything. I'll get a workshop running so I can perform alchemy for you.
Thank you, Johannes.
I know you're strong, but be careful.
I will.
Vamos con Johannes a mejorar algunas cosas.
Here she is. You have to marvel at the church's resources. Look at what they've provided for us.
I know, it's incredible.
So, what I can do for you here in the workshop is take materials you bring me and transmute them into new items. But the alchemy is easier to show you than explain. Here, I have some materials we can use. So let's try transmuting them. What are we transmuting this time?
Tengo suficiente material para crear varias cosas. Me llama la atención la Nodachi. Para comidas no tengo nada aún. Las comidas sirven para subir de forma permanente algunas de nuestras estadísticas. Podemos mejorar los fragmentos.
Ooh, I like it.
I'll go with this. I'll go with this.
Hasta ahí. Y ahora el arma. Pues sí, vamos a quedarnos con la Nodachi.
I'll go with this.
There, all done. Once I've transmuted an item, I'll pass it on to Dominique so she can carry it at the supply post for you. I'll do my best to inform you of what items you can make from what materials. But when it comes to items I don't know about, you'll have to find a formula for me and bring it here.
I understand.
Also, the demon crystal you've obtained, the shards, those can be transmuted the same way as items. Each shard requires specific materials, but it's worth it to make your shards more useful. Try it when you get the chance.
I think I will.
Also, neither one of us has been eating well. No wonder, considering the struggle we've been through to survive. If you bring me the ingredients, I can use alchemy to prepare meals for us. With proper nutrition and a varied diet, you have the potential to get much stronger.
Ok, ahora vamos con Dominic para aprovisionarnos.
Miriam, welcome. Since this is your first time here, let me tell you a little bit about the supply post.
Please.
I have made arrangements so you can buy and sell items here. I would have liked to provide what you need for free, but seeing as we are largely cut off from the church's funds out here, I will need money in order to keep the supply post stocked. I hope you don't mind paying.
No, I understand. I appreciate you doing what you can.
I can also buy shards from you if you no longer need them.
Wait, is trade in demon shards even allowed?
Of course. The church would sooner gather them up and make certain they are purified. I am not permitted to sell them, but I can buy them off you. You may want to keep extras, since possessing multiple shards of the same type amplifies its power, but there is a limit to how far that can go. And more importantly, if you carry a large number of shards, your body's corruption
may accelerate, but I'll find a way to deal with that myself.
I still recommend selling your shards as a means of making money.
All right. I know you're looking out for me.
I think that explains everything. Now, would you like to have a look around? What are you looking to buy?
Pociones. Solo podemos llevar 9 como máximo.
Is this right? Thank you.
Y la verdad es que la salpicadura no creo volver a utilizarla, así que vamos a vender el fragmento.
Is this right? Thank you. Oh, I forgot to give this to you. It's the key to the building. You can use it to explore further in.
Thank you.
I invited the other survivors inside where it's safe. They all have troubles that need resolving, if you can spare them the time.
I'll do what I can.
I know you will. Come back anytime. I'll be praying for you.
You there? It was awful. Those monsters came out of nowhere. We ran for dear life.
Where are the others?
Dead, most of them. My dear husband included. Those devils have to pay. Those murderers. You look strong, miss. I'm begging you. Help me.
If it's within my power.
Oh, thank you. My name's Lindsay. What's yours?
Miriam.
Well, Miriam, I'll gather whatever information I can about the monsters that wronged us. I want you to hunt down the monsters and take vengeance on them. The efforts won't go unrewarded, I promise you that.
All right. I'll do it.
Here's what I've turned up on the monsters. Help my husband rest in peace. Kill that murderer dead!
Muy bien, ya tenemos nuestra primera misión secundaria. Y este tipo puede plantar semillas para obtener ingredientes para los alimentos.
What will you grow?
Well, I haven't decided yet. Where are my manners? I'm Harry.
Miriam.
Tell me, Miriam, do you have anything I might be able to grow? Because if you let me do the farming, I'll give you your share of the harvest, and you won't even have to lift a finger.
Oh, all right. I'll keep an eye out.
Good. I'll be waiting in the fields.
Can you plant this?
Sure, I'll get to work.
What a bloodbath. We were slaughtered. But you're not like us. You're strong. I saw you fighting.
Oh, it was more luck than skill.
Oh, humble too. My name is Abigail. What's yours?
Miriam.
Well, Miriam, might I ask you a favor? I want to give the dead a proper burial.
Of course.
But that's not going to be possible for some. In the very least, though, I'd like to bury some keepsake for each of them. A Valkyrie like you should have no trouble finding such things. Can I count on you? I'll see that you're rewarded.
I'd be happy to do it.
Thank you. Then, let me show you.
Me pide una túnica ya tengo, así que esta la puedo cumplir ahora mismo.
How are you, Miriam?
Getting by. Here's what you asked for.
This is it. That's one more villager we can lay to rest. Here's your reward.
De acuerdo, ahora sí podemos seguir con la acción. A esta sala es para teletransportarnos, pero necesito otra sala igual para elegirla como destino. No conozco el ataque especial de la Nadachi. Esperaba que los ataques básicos fueran un poco más rápidos. ¿En serio no llego? Pues no. Aquí debemos tener cuidado porque el techo se derrumba y si lo hace ya no podremos abrir este cofre. Otro ataque especial. Creo que tengo una vacilarda. Pero no me gusta, es muy poco alcance. Orejas élficas, me sube inteligencia, defensa y mentalidad. Me voy a quedar un rato en la vacilarda, solo para probar el ataque especial. Un momento, había otro camino por abajo de la puerta, ¿no? Ah, no, por aquí todavía no puedo pasar. Uy, tengo que usarlo con enemigos que no están a ras de piso. Ups, volví aquí. Entrada. Ah, eso sí. Y ya cumplí la misión secundaria. No me alcanza el poder mágico. Me gusta cómo salpica la sangre cuando hay una estructura cerca. Mil pétalos. De esto no tengo ninguna. Toma ya. Ah, porquería. Ven acá. Esas tampoco las tengo. ¿Esto para qué será? Mientras intentaba crear un homúnculo, descubrí una formación extraña de cristal blanco que crecía en el espécimen. ¿Qué es? ¿Por fin una señal de que avanzan mis estudios? Debo observarla con mucha atención y aprender todo lo que pueda. Parece que el cristal que descubrí se multiplica. La corrupción se extiende poco a poco sobre el cadáver que elegí. Es una sustancia maravillosa, ni líquida ni sólida por completo. En cuanto tenga la cantidad suficiente, empezaré a experimentar para descubrir qué otras propiedades tiene. Ok, apenas estaba pensando en usar alguna poción.
Miriam? It can't be.
Alfred?
Why are you here, Johannes? That fool of an apprentice should have stayed out of this.
You have a lot to explain for. After all the terrible things you've done?
All that is in the past. I'll not be defending my actions to you.
Don't I deserve it? You were like a father to me.
Enough, child. I am here for the book. Jeeble has the book.
What are you talking about?
If you don't already know, then let us keep it that way.
Alfred, how are you still alive?
What were you thinking in coming here?
You can answer my question first.
All that matters is that I am alive. Did you come here for the book?
Book? The Liber Logaeth?
Make no mistake. I won't let anyone touch that tome but me.
Not even you should touch it. Didn't what happened 10 years ago teach you anything?
I don't have time to argue with you. I just hope you are wise enough not to get in my way. You know full well my power exceeds yours. Take Miriam and leave this place. Otherwise, you will die.
I came here because something didn't feel right. But I didn't expect him.
Johannes, what is the Liber Logaeth?
It's a book the Alchemy Guild once possessed that allows for the summoning of spirits. The guild used it to bring about the calamity 10 years ago. And the Shardbinder's crystal acted as a kind of catalyst.
A book like that shouldn't even exist.
I know. Alfred must be trying to restore the Alchemy Guild to power. But we cannot let him lay hands on the Liber Logaeth.
He said Jeeble had it. You know, I think I might have seen it.
It makes sense, considering the situation we're in. He must have gotten his hands on it after surviving the sacrifice.
So now I have to stop Alfred too.
No, let's focus on Jeeble. If we can get to him and the book before Alfred does, we'll kill two birds with one stone.
Good point. All right.
Dominique might know what to do about Alfred in the meantime. I'll head back to the village and see what she has to say.
Por ahí no puedo. Oh, este no me había dado fragmento las otras veces que jugué. Ah, pero es una aptitud pasiva. Peripecia en espadas. Aumenta el daño que causan las espadas de una mano y los garrotes. Espada larga. Esto es de una mano, ¿no? Sí. Jardín del silencio. Por aquí no se puede. Ah, qué molestos estos sapos. Ay no, esa dama de hierro me atrapa si paso por ahí.
Fancy a ride, milady?
Why? Are you offering one?
I could take you someplace most interesting. The rub, of course, is that obstacle standing squarely in our path. See?
I doubt I would be able to push it aside.
A shame you don't have a giant hand. Ah, the wild and crazy things one could do with a giant hand.
No sé cómo explicarlo, no sé qué es lo que tiene, pero la dirección de arte del juego y la ambientación me gusta mucho. Tiene como un saborcito a clásico. Y además ya es septiembre, ya se acerca Halloween. Y creo que ya les había mencionado antes que me gusta mucho esa festividad. Aunque ni siquiera la celebre como tal, pero me gusta todo lo que envuelve a la temporada. Esta cuenta como garrote. Sí, es garrote. Esta no me sirve. Esta... pues me sube defensa física. Pasaron varios meses desde que entré por accidente al castillo. Logré sobrevivir hasta ahora con lo que encuentro en los cofres sin que se den cuenta los monstruos. ¿Hallaré algo apetitoso ahí? Por una vez me gustaría abrir un arcón y encontrar un trozo de carne suculenta. Por cierto, no tiene absolutamente nada que ver, y no sé por qué me acordé, pero si vieron el video de A Plague Tale, recordarán que me gustó mucho el doblaje de Amicia. Investigué y bueno, la chica que hace la voz se llama Charlotte McBurney, pero resulta que es su primer trabajo profesional, tiene apenas 17 años, y si lo hizo así de bien, pues yo le auguro un muy buen futuro. Ojalá la sigan eligiendo para más papeles. Creo que lo único que limitaría un poco las ofertas es su acento. O a lo mejor no tanto, porque cada vez hay más juegos que se desarrollan en Europa o en otras partes del mundo y no necesariamente en Estados Unidos. Además de que con práctica hay actores que consiguen neutralizar su acento para que suene como si fuera de otro lugar. Aunque en su caso yo preferiría escucharla con su acento natural, fue lo que me gustó. Esas armas tampoco las tengo. Aquí está ya el otro portal de teletransportación. Vamos a guardar porque pronto vamos a tener otra batalla que no sé si se considera jefe, pero es un poquito más complicada para el nivel y el equipo que traigo al menos. De hecho, voy a regresar al poblado primero. Ya tenemos para hacer algunos bocadillos. Y de estos... Esto ahora no. Vamos de vuelta. Se me dio.
Stop right there. I knew what you are. That ghastly air about you. You reek of sorcery, Shardbinder.
Ah, and what am I to make of you?
Me? I am your executioner.
Con este hay que moverse todo el tiempo porque pega bastante. Si intentamos atacarlos cuando hace esa provocación, te hace un parry. Espero que me alcancen las pociones. Otra vez. Ah, ¿qué hice? Creí que me había muerto. Me debes una lana en pociones, desgraciado.
Cease this at once, Zangetsu! How many times do I have to tell you? Our enemies are the demons, and those in league with them.
And I say, what is the difference? The alchemists were the gunmen, the shardbinders the gun. All must be dismantled.
In the case of the alchemists, you are right. They coveted the powers of hell and must pay for it. But Miriam is not like them. She is fighting for us, at great personal risk.
Really? You forget how many of our friends perished for similarly misplacing their faith.
And do I look as weak? Look closer.
I was bored with her anyway.
Do your job, Zangetsu. You need to put a stop to Alfred.
And I will. But you listen to me, Shardbinder. If you value your life, then stay out of my sight. You can hold me to my word, Dominique. But don't presume to tell me what else I can or cannot do.
I apologize for my acquaintance. He had no right to speak to you like that.
Pay it no mind. I've been through worse.
I want you to know that I trust you, Miriam, and nothing anyone says could ever sway that trust.
Well, you have my thanks. It's nice to know that I have someone on my side.
Zangetsu is a demon hunter from a land far to the east, in the tumult of a decade ago. Perhaps even longer. Demons robbed him of everything precious to him, and he's despised everything to do with them since. His strength, however, is second to none.
I saw it for myself. I could tell he was holding back, but he was a handful regardless.
Maybe it was a lack of conviction that dulled his blade. Well, I'll be off then. I mustn't leave Anne alone for too long.
Bueno, yo creo que ya va siendo hora de dejar el video por aquí. Ya saben que si quieren que se vuelva serie, pues hay que darle amorcito. Además déjenme encontrar un punto de guardado. Muy bien, pues es todo por esta ocasión. Si les gustó el video, les recuerdo que pueden apoyarme con un like, con un comentario, compartiéndolo con sus amigos o suscribiéndose para estar al tanto del contenido. Muchas gracias por ver y nos vemos en la próxima. Hasta luego.